I'm going to bring in now Investing Diva CEO Kiana Daniel. And first of all, I want to give you props because this was your book. This is how we met.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years ago, I don't know, but you came out with the book, Investing in Crypto for Dummies. And this is, I would say, maybe 1/2 of the American public had even heard about this. Now, of course, more and more people are hearing about it. When I think it's good for Bitcoin is it's gone through these trials and tribulations, right? A year ago, it was being written off by the experts, and here it's come roaring back 150% higher. I think you told me maybe 6-7 years ago it was going to go to 100,000. We're around 43 right now. This is 90,000. I mean, could you still think that can happen?
I'm going to be selling at that point half of it, and then I'm going to get back in. So I stand by what I said whenever it was that we met first. And it's interesting because when it was down, I was literally getting bullied by even mentioning Bitcoin online. And now everybody is again, oh, to the moon, let's go. And I'm like, all right, let's rally up. But it looks like we do have a double top over there.
So is that going to be some resistance?
We could be having some resistance over here. I am planning to actually buy a little bit more if it does drop. But
let's
again,
say it drops back down here to 50-day around 40,000. You'll be maybe buying there?
I would say, yeah, somewhere around here, right?
Okay.
So that would be my support. I have like 39, and I don't know if I was
No, that's okay. You're only the third person to touch it the first time out. That shows chutzpah for it. Okay. That's why you're the Investing Diva.
Yes. We go for the touch.
So you buy any dip on Bitcoin, essentially, and then ride it all the way up.
That's my plan.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
Let's talk about one of your approach to the market, which I think is interesting. This is your style. You've got what you call a 50-50 rule.
Yeah.
I see some of your tweets, and some of the names you're selling half on.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, those are pretty powerful names. You're selling these names into strength, and you're essentially buying these kind of names, which are sort of out of favor on weakness. Explain the rationale.
Right, absolutely. So Tesla's interesting. Like you want to buy when everybody is selling and sell when everybody else is buying. And what happened to the Magnificent Seven and some of the really, really good assets? Again, I'm not going to sell all of it.
Right.
So my 50-50 rule essentially is like I'm always like I'm not all in, all out. I'm like I'm going to sell half of my asset after it has seen a 50% gain.
Okay.
And then I'm going to buy back in when it drops. So with Tesla, for example, because it also really relies on Mr. Musk's moods, so I'm like, you know what? I've seen really significant gains, so I'm going to sell half of it and I'm going to go back in. But then with these ones, these are the ones that were not that fortunate when it came to the rally. This
has been a real hot stock of late, right? So Intel. So you're definitely making a good move here.
Yeah.
A lot of folks like this. This has been a bust, right? This is supposed to be a big solar win. And Target, I think, is starting to come back too. I love the risk reward of most of these names. I'm glad you were here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
Yeah.